Did you want to briefly talk about the Dr. Disrespect stuff? I mean,
yeah. The only thing I know is that he's like a mid-40s guy who with a creepy mustache. He wears sunglasses all the time. He plays video games for little kids, and people are actually surprised that he's fucking texting underage.
Right. And well, I think the funny thing is, ironic thing is how we just had a episode of The Boys where Firecracker admitted to doing something with somebody who was 15, and then immediately was forgiven by everybody in her circle. You know what I mean? That's that conservative circle or whatever. And then here we are, like not even a whole week later, and Dr. Disrespect, who also has a lot of conservative, fans and stuff, comes out and says that he was actually talking with somebody who was underage and admitted to it, and a bunch of them just forgave him and started running defense for him. And people are keeping track this time of the folks that are defending him, because he doesn't need to be defended. He doesn't need to be defended. You can simply just not say anything at all. If you're somebody that was a follower of his content and this comes out, you can go, hey, that's pretty shitty. You shouldn't be an adult. You know better. You shouldn't be having inappropriate conversations with underage people in your chat. That's fucking creepy and weird. Or you can simply shut the fuck up and let karma do its work. You know what I mean? Like it's one of those where people like Vera Dark and Melonie Mac and fucking Quartering and a few other people decided that they're just going to back up Dr. Disrespect, and they need more information. They need more information coming from the same people who basically say that if you're a trans person or a gay person that just exist, that you're a threat to kids. But somehow this person who admitted and then covered up that they were talking to someone underage inappropriately and has a history of doing things behind his wife's back, I guess, that this person somehow gets a pass. They get the homie pass on that. And that now there needs to be more. We need to know who the person was and what was said. No, you don't. You don't need to know that. He admitted that he did it. He's taking a break from streaming and social media. And that's it. That's that. For me, that's enough. He admitted that he did it.
What could you possibly learn that's going to make you feel more? I don't know. What do you need? I don't know.
Isn't it kind of creepy to even want to know what was in that conversation, to be honest, unless you're like a police officer or somebody that's prosecuting or something? It's really like he admitted that he did it. I don't want to know what he said to this person. I mean, the reason why it hit so hard for me, and I kind of cooled off today, but I know I messaged you guys earlier and I was saying that it gets to me because every fucking day in my comments on my videos, I get somebody leaving that fucking fallacy argument. Just leave kids alone, or, what about the kids and shit like that. And then you have these straight cisgender white guys who get a fucking pass when they admit to doing it. And it's so frustrating because I'm like, here I am just making content, has nothing to do with any of this shit when it comes to anything. Like one of the comments I had when I was being accused by Renown Zero, you should just not touch kids. What the fuck kind of comment is that? Where did that even come from? Where did that even come from? So I get accused by him, and there's people in the comments, and they tell on themselves, and they're like, well, do you agree with Drag Story Hour? What if I say yes to that? Does that mean you're going to believe what he's saying about me? What kind of metric is that? If somebody is an ally or says it's okay for drag queens to do a story time, that means that I'm doing what he's accusing me of doing?
Right.
This is the kind of shit I have to deal with every fucking day. For me, it's like I'm sitting here and I'm having to fight in the fucking comments every single day against completely false and baseless accusations of these insults. Oh, you're a groomer. Oh, what about the kids? Blah, 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 all this bullshit. And I'm like, why do I have to fight against this when someone literally admitted to it and they're getting the homie pass? What the fuck is happening? So I saw this one. This was a Melonie Mac here. And it says, in light of this Dr. Disrespect stuff, just remember that women are very deliberately, streaming sexual content that Twitch puts even on the front page sometimes, visible to minors. Shut it all down. So Yeah, you know, that's the new goalpost now, is that, you know, we shouldn't be worried about like adult people having inappropriate conversations with underage people. We should just completely skip over that and try to get Twitch to shut down all of their more racy content, which there's an argument to be made for that in general, but I don't think that is in light of, I want to reiterate that, in light of this Dr. Disrespect stuff. How about we just focus on the fact that we should be holding people responsible for saying and doing things they shouldn't be doing? How about that? That's a good start. But sure, let's just go ahead and jump over to a completely almost unrelated situation for Melonie Mac. Let's do that. That seems logical, right? Oh, here we go. This one's real fucking great. This is JDA here. Check this out. These are his rules for surviving accountability. This is his rules. Never address the allegations. Okay, interesting. Never apologize. Never write walls of text. Never resign. You're not a politician being vetted for public office. There's literally no reason to do any of these things. So this is his way of, like, if you are out here actually grooming kids, actually doing it, which is what Dr. Disrespect admitted to, which is having a conversation with somebody who is underage privately, trying to set up a meeting with them, actual grooming. JDA says this is what you should do. This is how you survive that. So no big shock coming from him or any of these people, actually. I'm not going to go through all the takes, but I have to say, as someone who gets fucking battered down with negative comments randomly with no fucking proof of anything, it's a little eye-opening and annoying, actually angering. I'll put it that way. It's very upsetting that they so easily brush aside a large platform streamer who admitted to trying to groom a kid, and they get a pass. But the entire queer community, it's just a field day with us.
Yep.
So
I mean, yeah, and once again, man, I am sorry that you fucking deal with that shit. It's like, you know, I mentioned, I guess, somebody brought it up the other day. You know, our good friend Beta Bird, he brought it up on Twitter. He said, well, you know, do you not hold the position that that we should destigmatize minor attracted people so that we can, you know, blah blah. And I was like, it's like, well, I mean, the way you're phrasing it is really fucked up and reductive to the point where it's actually changing my position. But I mean, it's not just my position. That's the thing, is only on the internet, in social media circles where they're like, there's conservatives around, basically, will you find anybody that thinks that saying that we should, you know, people who have not offended, they've not harmed any children, right? We don't want them to, right? Right. So what we do is we fucking treat them with the treatment, right? Instead of fucking, well, what these guys often talk about, which is fucking want to take them out in the street and curb stomp them or whatever. Okay, so how about instead of that, we fucking put them on whatever medication or fucking therapy and stuff, and we fucking keep an eye on them so that they don't ever fucking harm a single child. How about that, right? But instead I get called a fucking groomer because that is my position. It's also the position of the fucking, you know,
I remember the stream where you talked about that in detail and how that worked out.
But people, you know, still will fucking be like, oh, you're a fucking groomer, because that's my position on things, because I actually don't want children to be fucking harmed. And so, but I mean, and that's me, as upset as I'm getting right now about that fucking stupid bullshit. I can't imagine what it's like to just be,
well,
who you are is going to get you called that shit for no reason.
I tried to tell Renown Zero, I gave him a chance, and I said, you may want to rethink that, because here's the deal. Say, for example, one of those people who follows Renown doesn't like me, right? They don't like me, but they've not reached that point where they think that I'm doing something criminal. And they happen to, I don't know me. They know where I'm at. They have a general idea of where I am. What if one of them comes out and decides, oh, Renown Zero must know that he's doing something wrong when it comes to children, so I'm going to go out and do exactly what all these people have said I should do to him. instead of letting, mental health policies, whatever it is they might believe that someone would need in that situation. They're just going to believe some bro on the internet, and they want to go out and do some vigilante justice. That puts me in actual harm's way. It's not the same as calling somebody an asshole. It's not the same as calling somebody a shill, which is why he tried to compare it to it. Oh, I can call you a pedo because you call me a shill. What? Those aren't comparable insults. It's not the same thing. So actual harm could come to me, and I gave him the opportunity to back down on it. First, he tried to lie about it and say he didn't say it. He's like, I didn't say that, but I had screenshots of it. And then I dropped it, and he's like, oh, I did say it, and I actually stand by it. Oh, so you lied, but now you're going to double down on it, even though I've already told you that there could be some legal issues with this. Yeah. So having to deal with that was a fucking nightmare. Just the whole situation is so bad. And the video that he was commenting on wasn't even about Dr. Disrespect. It was the video where I talked about Eric July. So he just randomly dropped in and said, oh, you should stop touching kids. Like, I told him, if I lose a gig and they use his tweet as the reason why, because I do a lot of charity events and stuff, if I lose a gig because they looked at his tweets, we're going to have a problem. We are going to have a problem.
Exactly what Scott says here, by the way. It's like everyone with any fucking sense in their head and a shred of morality, and I believe that's most people, know that harming kids is wrong. Like we just intuitively, it's just a thing that most people, unless you're just kind of born with something fucked up or something gets fucked up in your life or whatever, in your brain, everybody knows it. Everybody agrees it. That's why the most fucking bad faith people resort to that so quickly. Because, they just know. It's like to them that they don't have to engage in any kind of intellectual, they don't have to defend their positions. They don't have to fucking explain anything about why they're fucking hateful pieces of shit or anything like that. Because with that, they just go, oh, you're groomer, pedo, whatever. And it's like that, and that's it. Yeah.
It's an insult. Look, I'm going to be honest with everybody. And this is kind of a plea to rational people. Calling someone that should not be a random insult, because there are people that are actually doing it. And when these organizations try to find those people, they get inundated with that being used in exchange for any other insult. Like, that should be reserved for people that are actually doing shit. It's just one of those things where it's very telling, and I want everybody to keep an eye on the people that are supporting what Dr. Disrespect did or trying to deflect from it, because those are not good people. They are not good people. I'm telling you that right now. But look, Scott, that's not going to happen with me. That's the thing. They know that I'm not going to back down.